Hey YouTube, this is Sheeta Boo. Um, Today is still Wednesday, December the 12th, 2012, and um, this is my third video, but anyway, just want to talk about the mental work it takes um, to lose weight or to stay dedicated to whatever it is that you set your mind to do. Well, let's go with the mental victory. Number one, I'm happy that I got on the scale this morning, found out how much I weighed because I had been on the scale since I went to the doctor. Went to the doctor last month, I think it was, and but it didn't throw me into a place. You know, sometimes you're on the scale and it just takes you to a place where you might be okay part of the day, and then you're upset the rest of the day, and you're beating yourself up over it, blah 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 blah. So that did not happen today. Went to the gym after work because I didn't get up to work out this morning, so I went after work and didn't want to go, but I went. So I got clothes changed, got my music, whatever. Got on the bike, the recumbent bike. For those of you that don't know, because I have um, issues with my knees. So I got on the recumbent bike and put it on random. No, I had it on manual. So I put up the level 10. And so I was like on level 10. On level 10, it was a little slow pace. But I mean, it's been a minute since I've been on a bike and really, done a real workout. Level 10, then I decided I'd do random. That way it gives me intervals, go up and down, up and down. So I did that, and then I started feeling like a lot of tightening in my calf and my thigh, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to take that down a little bit. So I did that, and then after a while, I'm like, I'm tired. I'm not sweating a lot. I haven't burnt that many calories. I'm wasting my time. I should be able to do more than this. And there's like all this negative self-talk, and my goal is to do 3 miles. About mile two, I was like, that just don't feel right, because of my knee and the other pains that I've been having this week. I was like, well, maybe I should just do 2 miles. And I looked at the timer and it's like, well, that's not even that's barely 15 minutes. So I put up some more and I thought about it some more and I put up some more. And then I decided to do the cool down. So I did the cool down because I figured since I was having pain, I should definitely do the cool down on my bike. So I did the cool down. So I bike maybe 2.5, about a little over 2.5 miles. And it took me about 18 minutes. And then I sat there and I stretched my legs and I flexed my feet and I'm thinking, I should do more because this doesn't make sense. I just felt like I should have done more. And I was like, no, you don't want to hurt yourself your first day back. So I'm sitting here like having this argument with myself in the head. So I got up and put my machine down and I started to leave. And then I'm like, no, I'm gonna go here. I did some bicep presses, did some, no, tricep presses, bicep curls, no, bicep presses, chest press. Let me go back. Tricep press, chest press, and what was the third one? The deltoid row. And then I went to the hip abductor and I did the inner and the outer thigh and the hip abductor. And then I left. Now, in my mind, I'm like, this don't make sense. That was just a waste of your time. And I'm like, I don't know how it's a waste of my time because I wasn't going to do nothing but come home and sit on the couch anyway or talk on the phone or whatever. And then I was thinking, well, you could just went home, but it wasn't like it's out of my way. I passed this gym. I mean, literally every day I see this gym to and from work. I turn off the expressway, get off at the exit, the entrance to the mall, and it's right there. I mean, it's right there. It's not out the way at all. Then I began to think, it's like, why are you so hard on yourself? Why is it that we're so hard on myself? If somebody had told me I haven't worked out in a long time, I finally went back to the gym, I was able to do 15 minutes on the bike, I'd have been like, oh, well, that's good. You have to start off somewhere. You can't go in all hog wild and hurt yourself and blah blah blah. I mean, I'd had so many positive words for somebody else, but when it comes to me, nothing. I mean, it's just negative talk. So I was wondering, well, why is it that it's like that? Why is it that we have so much um, negative talk about ourselves? You know, I should have known better. I should have done this. I should have done that. That was stupid. This was dumb. Why is it that we have so much self-talk, bad self-talk, negative self-talk? And so I was texting my best friend. That's why I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to make sure I cover everything. Um, and we were texting. I was, I guess I'm really realizing how mental weight loss weight loss is, and another mental thing I guess is really how is it that you know what to do and don't do it? How is it that you know the path you're down is detrimental, but yet you still go on the path anyway? Why is it that you know we say we love ourselves, but yet we have all this negative self-talk, and we have all this um, detrimental behavior, but yet we say we love ourselves. And when it comes down to changing our ways, if it doesn't go perfect, we can't even show ourselves a little bit of grace. Um, and we also talked about, not wanting to wait, not wanting to be um, not wanting to be this big or, wanting to be fit. And even though it's what you want, you still continue to eat the way you do. You still continue to behave the way you behave. But if it was a piece of clothing that I didn't like or a color I didn't like, I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't wear it. If it was a food I didn't like, that's probably a bad example, but a food I did not like, I would not eat it. So why is it when it comes to something that manifests into something I don't want, why do I continue to do it? Why do I continue to uh, not just exercise, but to be mobile? Why do I continue to eat the things that that are full of fat or that's going to pack on the weight and know the end result of it? And half the time the stuff ain't even good. It's good for a moment, but it's not that good. Not I mean, 'cause some food is good, but sometimes some things are just blah. Like the Pop Tarts I was talking about the other day, they were just blah. I mean, it wasn't sweet, it wasn't great, it wasn't a good taste, it wasn't a great experience. It was just something to eat. It's crazy. Um, then I compared it to like salvation. Sometimes when you are saved and people are you trying to um, you know, be an example to somebody, you're talking to somebody about giving their life to Christ, and they're talking about how hard it is, how hard it is. And, and some of us have so many scenarios as to how they can fix what's wrong with them and how they can change their habits and how they can change their life. It's hard. It's doable, but it's hard, and it takes mental work. And that's the same thing with this weight loss. I mean, it's opened my eyes to so much that we think people can change this. Well, I don't see why she keep doing this. I don't see why he keep doing that. Well, why can't you see or see why don't you spend your time trying to figure out why you keep eating this junk? Why you not doing what you need to do to be healthy? Why are you not finishing what you start? This video may be long, so if you don't, if you don't have the time, you might want to click this off. But we were talking about I'm planning. Oh, what I don't like, the things that is unacceptable, like this chin here that I never had before, and it's why I probably haven't been taking a lot of pictures and maybe not making as many videos like I used to, because it's doing something to me. Okay, and I'm like, that's unacceptable. And the bat wing, that's unacceptable. The two bellies is unacceptable. I used to have one stomach and a flat one. And it's always like, you have a flat belly to be overweight. I don't know how that's a good compliment, but it was a compliment that I appreciate. But that's no longer true. So, it. So I'm gonna count my my whole thought process about the negative self-talk and trying to figure out why why am I doing the things I do? Why don't I do the things that I should do? You know, Paul was talking about, you know, those things that I should do. I don't do the things that I said I wouldn't do. I find myself doing, and it's spiritually and naturally so. Without leading and the guiding and the help of God and the Holy Spirit, if you don't have, as Lisa Tucker says, that Holy Ghost empowerment and Holy Ghost determination, you will not be able to finish that without the leading and guiding of God, because only He can change the heart and mind of men. And a lot of times He won't do that unless you really want it. He's not going to run roughshod over you and make you do something. He's not going to make you be right. You got to want to be right. You got to want to do better, because He made us in His image with a free will. And would He be the loving God or the loving Father um, that the word portrays if He's making you do something? And I think that's where a lot of people um, feel, or there's a misnomer before they give life to Christ. They feel like, well, if I give my life to Christ, even when I want to do wrong, He's going to make me do right. No, no. He speaks to you. He will lead you and guide you. But if you don't obey, if you choose not to obey, if you choose not to hear, then you're still going to follow your flesh. And that's another thing that came up in my mind. If you listen to, I'm not even going to try and tell you where it was, but I was listening to my daily Bible reading, and they were talking about how God had told the Israelites just to take so much food. Was it the Israelites? Anyway, God had told the people to take so much food. Just take so much food, do this, that, and the other. And they kept taking more than they were supposed to. And they died because He said, your God is your belly. And your belly has caused you to live this life, basically, of disobedience. It has caused you to turn away from God. And that's how we are. Not even just with food, with sex, with money, with material gain, with our time, with TV, with our time, with our families. We are so selfish that our flesh we will allow our flesh to make us disobey God. And then we'll turn around and wonder, well, why am I sick? Why do I have this issue? Well, why this ain't working out? Why this thing? The Bible said this, but it's not happening. It's because we're living a life of disobedience. A lot of us are avoided because we're disobedient. We are disobedient. God has given us warning, whether it was through the doctor, whether it was through health issues, and we chose to keep stuff in our face. I remember almost like it was yesterday. Um, a few years ago, I went to the doctor, and I was 287 pounds. And I was so distraught because I hadn't been on the scale. And this was my old doctor, and he went in on me about losing weight and blah, blah, blah. Now, mind you, he said he was gaining weight, but we're not going to talk about that. And every time I went to the doctor, whether it was for ear infection, respiratory infection, sinus infection, he was always on me about my weight. And I remember driving to work, and I was crying. I was like, well, dog it, I might as well gain 13 pounds and be an even 300. Just call me Biscuit. And anybody seen that comedian? Just call me Biscuit. And the joke is, call me Biscuit, and someone asks, well, why do you call me Biscuit? Because I'm a biscuit away from 300 pounds. That's how I felt. Well, now that I'm 300 pounds, I was like, well, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. Because right now, I would love to be 287. If I'd be headed in the right direction. But anyway, um, but I don't want to live a life of disobedience, because you can't. It's hard to serve God and do the things that you've been called to do when you're tired and out of breath, and you got to worry about, did I take my blood pressure pill, or did I take my iron pill? You know, I got to go to the doctor for this, go to the doctor for that, and then you stay telling people, well, God is a healer and God can do this, and you run around sick. You can't go pray for somebody else because you're trying to deal with your own sickness. You can't help anybody believe for anything because you barely believing for your own healing. And sometimes our healing, we're waiting for somebody to lay hands on us so we can be healed, and some thing to drop on us, and we just don't want it want fast food, but we really need to, because this is basically for me, and if this help y'all, bless the Lord, but really need to get down to the business of heeding and knowing that a lot of our healing and deliverance is going to be in ourselves. Because the greater work that's going to be done is through us. And until we realize the power that we have, not just to pray and to fast and to race, be in spiritual warfare, intercession, and all this, that we also have power over our bodies. We also have power over our flesh. We also have power over our minds. We have power. The only reason we feel powerless is because we give the enemy power. Let people take our power with their words and their negative thoughts, and then we internalize them into ourselves. So we can't allow that to happen in our lives. And whether you're a Christian or not, you need to watch what you say. You need to watch what you allow people to say about you, what you receive into your spirit, because that affects your actions, and you act upon what you believe. And if your actions don't line to what you believe, then you have some work to do. And we all have work to do. It's easy for me to tell a diabetic they don't need no sugar. It's easy for me to tell somebody on cholesterol, that got cholesterol problems that they don't need fried food. But what they got to do with me? What they got to do with me? Because whether I don't have a cholesterol problem, but I still don't need a whole bunch of fried food. I don't have I'm not a diabetic, but I don't need a whole bunch of sugar and carbs, right? But anyway, this has been a rambling video, and anybody that has had a long heated conversation with this has not been heated. Because if I had to film this when I left the gym, it would have been more heated, and I probably would have been in tears because I was really upset with myself, because I should, as a person, that I love myself so much is why I made some of the decisions in my life. Um, and if you guys want to know what some of those decisions are, we can talk about that later. But I make my decisions in my life because I love me. I don't want to put myself in a situation where um, I know where this road would lead. So why follow that road? Why can't I do what I know God has called wants me to do and want for my life, and believe Him for what He said He's gonna do? So I need to do that and apply that to this weight loss. Do what is right, and allow Him, or believe Him to do what He said He'd do. That He keep me in perfect peace. That He keep me in good health. That He would be the healer of my body. That because He is the great physician. Good night, y'all. It's 11:15. I'm going to bed, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.